Look at this. Craig found a pretty bad timing for his creativity. And Bradley is thinking, finally, I have an awesome hand. And
What is
Janne is
that?
thinking,
I think
oh,
Nicholas
Shorty
is about
has
to get it.
aces. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pot size open. Do you think
Wow.
that's his optimal strategy here?
I think so. He has 10 big blinds and it's a bounty tournament, so he's pretty likely to get action. I think potting there is the right move. Like without ICM, the solver usually like pots below 15 big blinds. And we have our first elimination. What do you think about Craig's play? Like
I really don't understand it. I think it's way, way, way too loose. Really optimistic, and especially because Niklaus doesn't even have the big bounty on his head. He had the smallest bounty of them all. Now kings are obviously, well, perfect result for kings, and actually, can't blame either guy for doing
here
what they
I think
did.
is very, very standard.
Very standard, yeah.
And would you ever just call the 3-bet? I think like calling the 3-bet and seeing a flop is fine too, because I think there are a couple of boards that he can get away.
Timmy is actually has 58,000 career winnings on Hendon. So he's been around. He's seen some action.
Yeah. Once again, no 3-bet, right?
Once again, no 3-bet. And once again, I have to say, I don't really like it, but
yeah, with the 30 big blind stacks, ace, like any ace is going to be a 3-bet. Ace, queen, jack, even though it's rainbow, it's definitely a very strong hand. By the way, I don't really love the open with jack 10, 9, 8 single also. I think that hand is also could be a limp.
I agree with you, but it remains to be seen if people are actually employing that strategy here. So far, we haven't seen any limps from any other position but the small blind.
Yeah.
So perhaps people are not really limping that much on the button. So actually, I'm curious to see if we're going to see any bluffs from Hun here on the river.
Yeah. I am not sure why Attila led the turn. I'm struggling to see what that really accomplishes. Like, was he planning to turn his hand into a bluff on the river with like a shove? Or,
I mean, he has the nut flush blocker, so potentially he was. And you know what? It could have even worked against the specific hand because, they would be chopping otherwise. And obviously, Han went for the bluff, and I really like it. I was expecting him to go for the bluff. Obviously, he was blocking 3 of the board cards, right? The 10, the 9, and the 8. Some good poker being played on the final table. And Coffee Attack, thank you for subscribing. And I like the fact that Coffee Attack is saying, please use the Prime sub for the coffee budget. I never thought of having a coffee budget, but I drink a lot of coffee. You know what? I'm gonna put it aside, and a new thing in my life, I'm gonna have a coffee budget now.
wow, why did Theo just fold Queen Jack Jack 9 for like 1/10 of the pot? And interesting. And now I think Craig's gonna, I guess it's gonna go check, or wow, just shoves. Would you shove kings on the turn here?
I don't see the reason why to shove kings here. He is blocking a 10. That's the thing. He doesn't only have the kings. He's blocking the 10.
Yeah, it's I don't really see a reason to shove because I don't think we're really folding out any ace.
Wow, this is not a hand I would expect him to open, but
I'm just so scared that I could be drawing dead in spots like that, like calling with ace high without really potential to bluff when we don't hit.
look at this. Craig found a pretty bad timing for his creativity, and Bradley is thinking, finally, I have an awesome hand. And
What is
Janne is
that?
thinking, I
think
have
he
an
has to
awesome hand.
fold.
That's the problem,
had-
right? Craig basically might make Janne, who's sitting here with the best hand, he might make him fold. He does fold. Wow, isn't that funny? Whoa, Theo is getting quite out of line.
What?
That was weird. Man, what did just happen? We saw kings fold pre-flop, the best hand folded pre-flop, which is understandable, which is probably a good decision. And then we see a king high single suited rundown type of thing. Get it in.
Just shove.
Yeah, wow.
Someone's 3-betting me with deuce 3-4-7 single, and then like
Wow, look at the snap limp raise by Theo. Snapped it.
well, I mean, very reasonable hand for it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's just the timing is interesting. These people really play fast. Which is cool, you know, not trying to go for the meta, not trying to balance it out and such. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Good to see.
I mean, he has been getting a lot of very playable hands though. Like he had aces 5 or 6 times, some other very playable hands. So like he hasn't really been getting that out of line. Like, I mean, yeah, this is a fairly reasonable hand to raise on the button. Once again, I might consider limping it, but he's just not that kind of guy.
Yeah. Nobody seems to be that kind of guy. We haven't seen a limp on the button yet.
Ooh, this is gonna get. I think Teo might have to call down here, or at least call turn and then consider folding river. It's going to be a
tough to fold the river.
Yeah, tough one to get away from.
Absolutely. Coffee Attack is asking if WSOP will mail the bracelet.
I have no idea.
Me neither, but I would assume so. Why not? You get the bracelet. This is a WSOP event. Why wouldn't you get the bracelet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you would get it. Okay, let's see if Teo will be able to make this fold. Snap fold.
Wow.
Oh, aces versus kings. Oh, I don't think Craig should be 3-betting, but you never know with him, and that is pretty decent flop. So the 2 last hands Hannes played, he had quads on both of them. That's how I want to run on my final table.
Yeah. Not only that, but he's also a deeper stack. He's playing 52% pre-flop, so people probably don't give him much credit for having a hand very often. So must be nice.
Must be nice. Now he has a nut flush also, and he blocks a 3. So what can his opponent even have? Like, pretty tough. I think like you just gotta bet small and hope your opponent river the flush with kings and makes a crying call. But Han's getting greedy. Wow! Craig just calls him down. And here we see our first limp on the button, which is something I would I was waiting for, and this is a very nice hand to do it. Unfortunately, it's probably not going to work out for him because he flops very strongly and basically gets coolered.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. If he opened pre-flop, Han might have folded. Well, depending on the sizing.
Probably not. Yeah, unless he pots it, I don't think Han is folding.
Against the min open, he's not folding. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we're down to 4. We're down to 3. We're down to 3. There's 30-minute delay not only in the stream. There's also 30-minute delay for me. It's the middle of the night. But look at Janne. You know what? The guy knitted it out the whole table, the whole time, and now the next payout is 42,000.
I mean, he definitely his strategy worked out for him. Of course, he did have to win, I think, 3 pre-flop all-ins, which is never easy in PLO. But I mean, he always had the better hand, so who are we to judge him? I wonder if Han is going to c-bet. I mean, it's a very good board for his opening range. But he decides to go for a check back. I think Han is going to try to bluff the river, and I'm not sure if Janne is going to call with ace-king. I think you kind of have to call with ace-king at this point. But I'm not sure. Yes, 1/3. I think you just gotta click the call button. Also, since Han is not really representing that much, I guess ace deuce, ace 5, ace 10 maybe, those type of hands.
Yeah, Janne does make the call.
Good for him. Oh, big hand for Craig here on the button. He goes for the min raise, and he's definitely going to get action. Yeah. Ooh, and Han flops a big hand. I think all the money might just go in here. Craig decides to go for a check back. Very disciplined. I actually don't mind it.
Well, he definitely likes that turn.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would have been tempted to just shove the turn, to be honest.
Really? Well, I don't know. Gets kind of
actually, yeah. Without blocking a pair, it's not really amazing.
Yeah.
Doesn't really accomplish that much. There are a lot of draws there, but I guess flatting there is the way to go. And Han takes another one down with a very nice bluff. Interesting hand as both players flop a piece. I think I would be checking back in Craig's shoes. I'm not sure I like it because I really would hate to face a check raise here. And I think Han actually has a decent hand for check raising. Wow, Craig just doesn't think about it, just sticks it in. I guess he has 40% equity. But I mean, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, neither would I. And
Han takes another scalp.
Wow, look at Janne. The being tight pays off.
Yeah, he just had to fold some king highs in the small blind a couple times, and the money just came to him.
Yeah, some king highs, some ace highs. Wow. And how funny to see that potentially the winner was playing 58% of his hands pre-flop, whereas Janne was playing 12. What a huge gap between those two guys.
For sure. It just shows how different types of strategies can be profitable in poker. It's just such a complex game.
Yeah.
Okay, I think Janne is taking his stand, and Unfortunately, Han is going to show him the bad news that he has like a dominating hand here. And I think, yep, unless an 8 comes, this is going to be it. And the river is... oh, it's a red card. It can't be an 8. It is a 5. And congratulations to Han. Amazingly played final table. Like there was never a doubt in my mind that he's going to take this one. But I mean, kudos to Yane. I think he also played it extremely well at the final table. He stuck to his strategy and managed to get himself a very, very nice payday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And speaking of very nice payday, look at this. 160, basically 62,000 for Han.